let's bring it on then to we're talking about elections. Or do you want to say that last? You want to go to our new segment? We have a new segment, y'all.
Let's go to the news segment.
Let's go to the new segment. Okay. Welcome to the Mrs. Podcast Royals Watch. I literally love the chops when they make music in it. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Should we
Miss,
go to the
I
call and
love
get
that
some
you're
tips?
I love that you're
Next.
our Royals correspondent.
Listen, Mrs. Podcast Royals correspondent. So, okay, this is mostly Royals UK watch. How about that?
Yeah.
So, on episode 28, the follow up, right? We did report that the people in the UK were like, we don't bang with Bojo, aka
Right.
Bojo.
Yep.
And they gave him a vote of no confidence because his messy life, he's got a cheatation and a baby and the whole shebang around. And they were like, get him out of here. He doesn't uphold our conservative values enough. So then they went and now the people didn't vote for her. That's what I didn't know.
No.
There
Mm-mm.
wasn't
It's the
an
party.
election. The conservative party voted for her.
Mm-hmm.
I did some digging. She used to be like a lib Democrat.
Mm.
But then when she was at Oxford, she was like, you know what, fuck the poor.
Isn't that how it works though?
So she became the prime minister, and just like that, she's out the door, miss. Why
Yeah.
you ask? Why? Well, she wanted to get cute like her American cousins. And be
Mm-hmm.
like, I really like their fiscal policy. We want the freest, free market for some. We
Yep.
want little government. Oh, and I know. Let's have a big old tax cut for the richest people.
Yep.
So they didn't even it didn't even pass. They didn't even do it.
Yeah.
But like it freaked out the UK stock markets. The polls tanked in a few days, and they were like, "Boo, get her out of here!" To make them fail. Like we can't have this. And I'm like, that's amazing. Do America next.
Oh
Like
my gosh.
I don't know if you were paying attention, but whenever the Trump tax got passed, the stock market went way up. Did you notice
Oh
that?
yeah. Oh, I followed that pretty closely. Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
and all the people that I worked with, well, at the time, in my old job, because I have a million jobs, but at the time, they were like so excited.
Oh
And I was like,
yeah.
y'all are dumb. Y'all didn't read it. It doesn't apply to you. Like, you're a poor W-2 worker like me. You
Mm-hmm.
finna have to pay more in taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you talking about? And so it didn't fly in London, in England. So she gone. Now there's
She
some mess
lasted. She didn't even last long enough to
longer than
get
the lettuce.
Cobra.
She didn't. She can't even get Cobra.
She didn't last long enough to like. She wasn't even off of her probationary period.
I love that. Do American next. I love that. Get him out the paint. Like, ugh. So,
I think somebody on Twitter said, "Oh, she lasted like two Scaramucci's or whatever."
Miss, that is a deep cut. Like, super political, like, two Scaramucci's. You know that
Yeah.
people don't know. People do not remember the mooch, okay? And we're not going to talk about it on this show.
Oh, we don't. Yeah, no,
But if
it's
you do
fine.
listen to this show, chances are high you know about Scaramucci. But did she last enough Giuseppe? No. That's great. Shout out to them. But there was some mess reported by ABC News that Boris Johnson might be coming back.
Girl, I
Which
heard that.
y'all are a joke if y'all let him back in there. I fear.
That would
Like,
be so funny.
ugh, okay.
What is wrong with you? What's the
Fix your face.
definition of insanity?
Doing
Like,
the same thing, yeah. Like I thought y'all didn't fool with him and all his baby's mothers and hairstylists and stuff. And y'all gonna let him just walk back in? That's crazy.
wild, wild.
But the Labor Party, I don't know. They can't. It sounds like they American Democratic cousins. They can't get it together.
Yeah, it kind of seems that way.
It's just because you think it's because of like the concentration of wealth, like who has the money and who's pulling the strings.
I think
Uh,
that I don't know, miss. I think that it's like kind of I feel like the with the more liberal parties, they tend to be more they have varying like they have different a whole bunch of different constituencies that they have to try
mhm.
to address, you know?
Mhm.
And so it's one party just has like, oh yeah, we want tax cuts for the rich, we want less government, and we want you to be able to discriminate on people based on religion or whatever, like
Right,
they
right,
have
right.
these few these ideas, and that's it, like that's all they care about. And then like white supremacy, and then you have
Ugh.
these other parties. They're like, okay, well, we have these different constituencies that have these needs that need to be addressed, and so it's
Mhm.
kind of so it is a little bit like more discombobulated. But that's what I
It
think. I'm
always
not
shocks me
sure.
that now I don't know how it is in Europe, but here in the States, like it always shocks me that the progressive policy stances are always very, very popular. When
Yeah,
you ask everyone, "Hey, do you want Medicare for all?" It's like 80%. Like people be like, "Yeah, I love that,"
yeah,
but then the election results don't
yeah,
reflect it. And I'm
yeah,
wondering because I've been watching the ads and like the number of ads for like Republicans and stuff. Like, is it just because they have infinity money
I
to
mean, that's
buy,
also
basically
probably,
like
yeah,
buy an election?
yeah. Well, I think I know where I think I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but the Texas Tribune had a recent report
Okay.
on how Greg Abbott, one of the reasons why he's so kind of unstoppable, honestly, is because of all the fundraising that he does. He
Uh
gets a
huh.
lot of money, and then he puts people like the people who buy access to him
Uh
are put
huh.
into these different positions that are like, different, like in university boards and stuff like that. And so it's kind of a cycle. So of course they're going to keep giving him money because them and their friends are getting, these nice cushy, kind of powerful positions.
We'll get into it, but I just do they have the numbers? Like,
I don't
these
know.
these
But
polls
then
come
you
out
also
about him,
have
like,
like in Florida where they vote like for they voted Republican, but they also voted to like
for a higher minimum wage. Yeah,
higher
like,
minimum wage and to give felons access to the
okay,
vote again, and like
look at
so,
you reading my mind.
yeah.
That's bullet point number 4. You want to get into it?
No, that's
You're
it.
you're
Go
right
ahead,
on
miss.
point. Here we go. So speaking of that,